Growing up as the eldest hyper-independent daughter in a toxic desi household setting with my dad's anger issues and my mom's anxiety, the kitchen has been the worst thing I had to experience. I don't have anything against the kitchen or cooking per se. It's an important life skill. It's a safe space for many and outlet for creativity for others. But for me, it was traumatizing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Tahoora, and today we are going to talk about why I started cooking. Before we get into it, let me make something clear. As I mentioned before, cooking in itself is not evil. It's how and what I have been associating cooking with, or in a desi family, what it is associated with. As a desi girl from a very young age, I've seen all the mothers out there slogging day and night in the kitchen because it was what women are supposed to do. Wake up before everyone and make sure the breakfast is ready to serve by the time everybody gets up. Clean up after everyone, prepare for lunch, but don't prepare something that you like. Make sure everybody else does. Make sure everyone has fresh garam roti to eat. You can eat in the end when everyone is done. Prepare something for evening snacks because obviously a perfect woman knows how to keep everyone happy and excited every single day. Prepare dinner, clean up after everyone is done. Make sure the kitchen is clean before you go to sleep, because what if a man of the house walks in and it's dirty? That's not going to reflect well on your character and capabilities. Don't forget, you have to start preparing for the next day's food as well in the meantime, and there got to be something delicious for the dessert. Because what is a daughter-in-law agar usko meetha banana nahi aata? What does she even know? I'm stating too much facts. I need to get my glasses in. You need to lock in. I was told, and I am still told, that the kitchen is where woman belongs. If not now, then eventually. So we have to get used to it. In my culture, boys are raised as people with dreams and aspirations, and daughters are raised to be housemates for the boys with dreams and aspirations. This is all I have seen growing up, and it doesn't restrict to my family circle or something. I'm talking about friends from different religions and backgrounds, colleagues I have met at work, their personal stories. It's everywhere if you really pay attention. So of course, I never wanted to become that person. I started associating cooking with the systematic oppression of women over time in the society, and I was angry. I think everyone should be, if young teenagers are being screamed at compared to other people and being called worthless and good for nothing just because they are making a mistake while doing some kitchen work, because how are they not good at it already? I am not a domestic person, so that did not help at all either. It came to a point that even when I willingly tried to cook something for anybody but myself, I would be fighting back tears and panic attacks. But while I was slowly starting to cook for myself, I realized that I don't hate it that much. In fact, breakfast is something I do enjoy making. Cooking as an early morning activity is something I prefer now. The realization hit me after years of staying awake in the nighttime. I used to stay awake for college work or even for my hobbies, and I got to have that silence around me, and I appreciated that so much that on many days I ended up choosing to stay awake in the nighttime and ruin my health than staying awake during the daytime. I often get overstimulated, and in the nighttime, I found the possibility of being alone in the kitchen with nobody around me telling me off or asking me to serve them. So it was peaceful. It was like a safe space for me. Cooking couldn't become my safe space, but the nighttime did. From the midnight and dawn lifestyle, I found a window of early morning where I could do the same for myself and not ruin my health completely by staying up all night. But of course, there was a lot of trauma to process and cultural norms that I had to disassociate with in the meantime, and it was tough. Well, that was why I have always disliked cooking. But things are changing slightly now. I still dislike it, and that's not changing. Doing it over and over again doesn't make me happy. Thinking about food doesn't excite me like the way it does for other people. I did not even know that food can excite people until I met people that always talked about food. The more I grow up and the more I study about life and all its aspects, I've realized how important food is. And not in the basic way of you need food to survive. Survive तो मैं ऐसे भी कर रही थी. And not also in a way कि healthy खाना खाओगे तो healthy रहोगे. But the other little details to it on how you make and serve it and how you eat it, how all of this enhances your experience of eating, your mood, your outlook on life and so on. A month or two ago, I had gone to this doctor and he was telling me what food to eat and not to eat because of my kidney issues flaring up back then. And he said no urad dal, and then he was like, wait, you can eat it but make sure you cook it the old way. I had no idea what he was talking about, so he told my mom instead, who was beside me, and she got it. When I asked her later, she said, you know how we just toss the dal in the cooker after washing it? Instead, you got to wash it thoroughly before, make sure it has all the foam removed, and then heat it slightly in water and then remove the foam again because it's going to form up, and keep on repeating the process for some time until the foam is almost gone. And then while cooking, if you see the foam, you remove it from the top using a saddle. Is that what it's called? A chammach, a saddle? No pressure cooker to be used. How my mum knew this was because that is how my nanny used to cook. So she had seen her doing that. She just didn't know why she did that. What the process does is it removes the excess hard minerals from the dal that are not easy to digest at all and should be avoided because they harm your kidney functions. Well, that was just one pointer from ways of cooking that affect us. Apart from that, the more direct and instant effect would be of how you plate it. How much color is there on your plate, the different textures within the few bites. If there is something soft and soggy, there needs to be something crispy. If the food is solid, there needs to be a liquid. And by liquid, I mean soups, not soda. If your food has some color popping in it, it low-key makes you excited to eat it, even if it doesn't taste perfect. And that further helps in digestion. The food needs to be the perfect balance of protein, carbs, fats, and fiber, and so on. So many things to learn. Now, I wish I had a better relationship with food growing up so that I could learn all of these things sooner, or at least there was someone who taught me all of that. But I have learned that now, and I do have a younger brother who goes to school and he happens to play sports a lot. So healthy eating is very important for him. My mom is growing old and she has a lot of health issues herself. I mean, if you spend years slogging in the kitchen, you are bound to have them, aren't you? She's a typical North Indian, and growing up, I had a set menu of the tiffin box. It was aloo ka paratha, dal ka paratha, normal paratha with achar, or paneer ka paratha. And later on in life, when she was trying to keep up with the younger generation, I remember cheese paratha was a staple food in my tiffin box. Similarly, a different set of menu repeats for my brother now, and I'm sure it can get a little upsetting at times. I was a kid, I have been through that too, so I understand. It's not the healthiest option either. And hence, I decided to start cooking for my little brother. I have made myself in charge of his breakfast and his lunchbox. I remember in school recess, everyone around me got so much variety of stuff, and growing up in Mumbai, there were so many different people from different backgrounds and culture, so our lunchbox looked very different from each other's. We used to share our food, so we got to try new stuff via each other. Plus, nowadays children are more exposed to new recipes, new type of food. They eat outside ka food anyways. Like, we order food from outside a lot ourselves. So if so much is happening around, he will obviously never mention it, but I know how kids feel at that age. I've been there myself. At that age, you feel as if everybody else's mom put much more effort in the lunchbox while you are eating the same boring ghar ka khana. And that feeling stays until you reach a certain age and realize that this food has a lot of effort put into it as well. But it is what it is. When you don't have an open emotional relationship with your parents, you learn that only through time or the hard way. But I want to change that for my brother. I thought to myself that if I can provide that for him, it would heal my inner child a little bit, at least a little bit. I mean, I don't plan to do it forever anyway, but for as long as I can, at least for a little while, and he gets to eat more healthier and more interesting food. It's a win-win. A week after I started doing this for him, I asked on my Instagram stories for easy and quick recipes for his lunchbox. While I got a lot of replies for recipes and stuff, amongst them there was someone, probably a younger brother to an older sister, who said something like, "Forget recipes, drop motivation for my sisters to do this." I've said this before and I'll say it again. Your sisters are not your personal chef. This is not their responsibility. My brother that I'm doing this for has the privilege of being 11 years younger to me. My other brothers rarely got this princess treatment. He has an elder sister who would have been dead 5 months ago and now is in a position where she has to recalibrate her whole career, her whole life after it came to a major pause. And I'm still struggling in that area because of my health and my family issues. All his privilege comes from a graveyard of an eldest daughter's dreams and a place she is still trying to get out of even now. I will not wish that for any eldest daughters out there. Most importantly, I am not the best cook. A lot of time things don't taste good, but my brother rarely complains about it, and if someone is going to be kind to me, I make sure I am 10 times more kind to them. That's just how it is. If you watched until now, do like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 5K by the end of the year. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.